The world has been full of limits and conditions, stripping our power away, box after box, dimming our light, hiding our truth, and forgetting who we are. It is time for a soul revolution that starts with us. We get to explore the depths of our own darkness, to remember who we are, and come back home to our soul, to be whole once again. We get to transform our wounds into soul medicine to heal us all. It is time to shake the foundation and allow the facade to crumble, leaving our true authenticity. It's time to plant the seeds of wisdom, love, and empowerment, and watch them all grow. Welcome to the Soul Revolution Tribe. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Soul Revolution Tribe. Who is Jackie B? I'm your host, Jackie B, your RN and Shamanic Soul Guide. In this episode, I want to give you a sneak peek into who I am, what my soul mission is, what I do, and why this work is so important to me. Imagine what life would be like if you truly knew who you were at the soul level, if you had a clear vision of what you wanted to create in this life, how you'd want to show up and be in the world. If you knew what storylines, limits, and expectations were holding you back, so you could choose to work through them and not feel stuck or like you had to settle any longer. What would it be like if you stopped living in your head and you start living in your heart? What would it be like to break the mental loops, the self-doubt, and the spiraling with overwhelm and anxiety? To show up in your truth, your authenticity, your essence, and own your power, and use it to better your life and the life of the world. To share your gifts in soul medicine. To wake up every morning full of gratitude and excitement for a new day. All of this is possible for you. You just have to trust yourself enough to do the inner work, to transform into the person that you've always been, and shed all the layers covering that person. Because you are not broken. You are not something that needs to be fixed. You just have to remember your wholeness and call all of your parts back home. You do this through soul healing work, by going on the soul healing journey. So who am I? I have asked myself this question many, many times, and I will continue to ask myself as each layer of my being is revealed to me. I can start by saying I'm a mom to 3 boys, Kendon, Xavier, and Sebastian. I have a fur baby, Archer, who is a golden retriever border collie mix. I am married to my best friend, Billy, who has always supported me to go for my dreams. And I'm the owner of my soul-led holistic healing and wellness business called Grow with Jackie B, where I guide you back home to your soul by doing the deep soul work needed to be able to remember who you are, and by stripping away the facade holding you back and supporting you to step into your soul power and create a life on your own terms. To be able to live your soul expression and share your soul medicine that you came here to bring. We did not come here to go through the motions, to be told how to live, or to settle for anything less than our full potential. This is my soul mission, and this is a huge passion on my heart. If we strip back all the roles, the masks, and the labels that we use in life, and you look at my core being, I can tell you that I'm love, compassion, understanding, acceptance. I have a raging soul fire for experiencing life to the fullest, living out my soul expression in every area of my life. I have a desire for deep connections with others on the soul healing journey, to learn, to grow, to heal, and to rise together. I desire to support people into stepping into their potential and seeing themselves the way I see them in all of their soul beauty. To live a life that is soul-led and full of exploration, abundance, love, freedom, expansion, and fun. Life gets to be playful, enjoyable, and fulfilling. It doesn't have to be a constant struggle, heavy, and only result-driven. It's all about the journey, the process, the experience, the understanding, not just the result, outcome, or ending. I've been told many a times, Jackie, you have this beautiful, bubbly, energetic energy, but then you're so grounded at the same time. I think this is also a part of the core of my being. So what do I do exactly? Let me tell you, I've been trained in many healing modalities on top of my 3.5 years of pre-med and my 4 years bachelor's degree in nursing. In my work, I use NLP, which is neuro-linguistics programming, which is about how our brain communicates and how we create our reality. I use several different forms of healing energy: quantum energy healing, advanced in psychotherapy, pranic healing, and soon I'll be certified in Reiki as well. I also use deep subconscious healing tools to do shadow work, inner child work, archetypal work, and much more. I do somatic and embodiment work, anchoring you into your body and releasing the stuck energy stored within it. I use the Akashic Records, and I'm certified in a modality called Soul Realignment, where we look at your soul blueprint and the karmic ties that are connected to it, to work through them to be able to release and fully be able to live your soul blueprint. I'm also a shamanic breathwork practitioner and minister, so I guide soul healing shamanic breathwork sessions and circles and teach the shamanic ways of living life, which include that we are light and dark, no difference, and that there's a cycle of life, which is birth, life, death, and rebirth, as well as the cycles of transformation. I am certified in holistic nutrition and wellness coaching. I've studied human design and womb work. The list goes on and on. The point is, I have a massive healing arsenal to serve anyone who is being called to do the soul healing to get to the next level of their being. The healing and understanding all areas of wellness and being and how they function and intertwine is so fascinating to me. That is why it will always be a part of my lifelong learning adventure. There is always more to learn, and as I learn, I have more to share with others. So why is this work so important? Because hurt people, but healed people heal people. Let's break down that commonly heard statement. When we respond from our wounds, we are projecting our reality. We can lash out, and or we can block or hide from others connecting with us. When we lead from our wounds, our view of the world is tainted. I like to explain it as looking through a windshield. Our wounds are like the bug splatters, the mud spots, and the fog blocking our view out into the world. When we do the inner work to feel, understand, and release what is not ours to hold, and accept the parts that are, the windshield gets a little clearer. With each wound, with each story, with each limitation, it begins to clear away. This isn't an easy task, and it can be uncomfortable at times, but it doesn't need to be disempowering. Healing is all about taking our power back from the situation and learning from it. Our wounds get to be our greatest teachers and gifts. That brings us to the part of healed people heal people. First, I'd like to address the fact that I would argue to change the statement to healing people heal people, because we are always healing. The healing journey never truly comes to an end. We can always work and heal the next layer. Healing is a lifelong journey. With that being said, when we do the work to heal and shift our current reality, our whole understanding of the world shifts too. We can meet people with love and compassion instead of just our pain. We get to be the example for people around us. When people come into our path and they're leading from their wounds, instead of pouring salt on their open wounds and feeding the disempowering story, we can infuse the situation with love, which is the deepest medicine of all. We can break the pattern of expectation and respond from a centered place, knowing that their perception of us is just a reflection of their own reality, and our response to them is awareness of our own self. We are mirrors for each other, and we come into each other's path for an opportunity to heal and grow. It's a difference between responding and reacting. When we are healing, others don't shake our sense of being or worth as much as they do when we're coming from an unaware and wounded space. This approach to life doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and practice and grace. With every encounter, we have a choice. Are we going to react and feed into the downward spiral? Are we going to choose to respond from a place of love and understanding? This doesn't mean that we don't hold firm boundaries and that we don't respect ourselves. This doesn't mean that we don't allow ourselves to feel the experience, but it does mean that we see the other person as a human being that's having a human experience just like we are. We see ourselves inside of them. We see that sad, hurt inner child crying out for love and belonging. I hope after listening to this episode, you have a better understanding of who I am and what my soul mission is, the work I do, and why I'm so passionate about it, as well as why it's needed in the world. I want you to take a second and ask yourself, what parts of myself have I locked away? What triggers keep coming up for me? What is bubbling on the surface? What mental loops are still running in my head? And where am I ready to finally heal and move forward? Who am I at a soul level? If you pull away the labels, strip away the roles, remove mask after mask one by one, who would be left? It is in this healing that we see both the present and the future clearer, and we honor the past that brought us to this place. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Soul Revolution Tribe. If this message resonated with you, please support our mission by subscribing, leaving a review, and sharing your takeaways. You can follow me on IG at Grow with Jackie B and our podcast page at Soul Revolution Tribe. I would love it if you would share this podcast with your loved ones who are aligned with our vision of making the world a better place, so we can grow and rise together. Don't forget to tune in next week for more soul conversations and soul medicine. Bye for now, and see you back soon.